Hello world of YouTube. Today I'm very excited to be reacting to the new Run the Jewels album, Run the Jewels 4, or RTJ4. So this was supposed to be released on the 5th of June, but they kind of just put a message out there and said, with all the shit going on in this world, fuck it, we're gonna drop the album. Not only that, but they dropped it for free download. Not surprised by them dropping it for free. I mean, RTJ3 they did drop for free for Christmas back in 2018 maybe, or 2017, I'm not sure, but yeah, and I'm fucking excited to listen to this. Our Run the Jewels has been one of those groups for me. Actually, I think they're, one of the 3-4 groups or artists or rappers that got me into hip-hop and rap music. I mean, I listened to it as a kid, but back in 2015 is when I started listening and going, oh fuck, you know what, this shit is great. And now, I mean, I can listen to practically any fucking song in the genre, but gotta give it to Run the Jewels. LP, Killer Mike, they really showed me what hip-hop was all about. Yeah, I started listening to them with Run the Jewels 2, which I still think is their best release, but I like every single one of their albums. I think Run the Jewels 1 is still probably my least favorite, but that's okay, because they're all still great. Before we get into it, though, I do know that this album and Run the Jewels music is very, very political, and obviously a lot of it is related to institutionalized or systemic racism that happens in the States. I mean, Killer Mike a few days ago, he had like a 9-minute speech, or activist speech in Atlanta about the events of George Floyd and the protests and whatnot. And yeah, what he said was some powerful shit. He knows the right words to say, and he knows what to say, in his fucking music. He really is spitting out and showcasing how fucking terrible this world is. But yeah, in the bottom of this video, I'll have petitions and links to donate to help bail out some of these protesters who were being arrested. A lot of these are peaceful protesters, and this happens with any riot. Police officers will arrest a fuck ton of people, and it's brutal and it's shitty, and we have to kind of fight back in that regard right now. And this is definitely a step in the right direction. Let's get into it. Yankee and the Brave, episode 4. I've heard this song before. I've heard the first 2 tracks. They did release them as singles, and I thought they were pretty good. So let's just listen to it again, refresh my memory. Wow, there we go. Wow. Yankee and the Brave, episode 4. You know what? I mean, that's the best way to come onto an album, right? That is hard-hitting energy. That is one of the greatest beats. I'm excited to listen to this song again and again, because as a single, I only listened to it 2 or 3 times, and Ooh La La I've only listened to once. So they're really not ingrained in my brain, but this is great. This is, quality fucking Run the Jewels. I love the fucking lyrics at the end. That Killer Mike was spitting. I got 1 round left, 100 cops outside. I could shoot at them or put one between my eyes. Choose the latter. It don't matter. It ain't suicide. If the news says it was, that's a goddamn lie. I can't let the pigs kill me. I got too much pride, and I meant it when I said it. Never take me alive. That's an awesome, fantastic statement. He also comes back and he says, he ends the song with, the crooked copper got the dropper. I put lead in his eye because we heard he murdered a black child, so none of us cried. That's fucking hard. That's hard as shit. Just spilling the tea right there. Yeah, we shot this fucker, and we don't even care because look what he did. this is what I mean, like the anger and like the we're not fucking taking this anymore, and I love to see it. Okay, next song is Ooh La La featuring Greg Nice and DJ Premier. I know who DJ Premier is, but I don't know who Greg Nice is, so let's get into this shit. I love this. Ooh la la, oh, wee wee. That is just straight. Oh, it's fucking banging. I love it. I love it. Think I may like that song more than Yankee and the Brave. The Yankee and the Brave comes in hard, but this song comes in hard as well, but it's having a lot of fun with it. You know, a lot of fun with saying just fuck you. We have Killer Mike say this line in his fourth verse, which I just love so much. Fuck king or queen and all they loyal subjects. I pull my penis out, I piss on their shoes in public. And then he says, "People, we the pirates, the pride of this great republic. No matter what you order, motherfucker, we're what you're stuck with," which is awesome. Because what he's trying to say here is basically, fuck the people in power, right? Because they treat us like shit. Normal people, they don't give a fuck. They really don't give a fuck. But we are the people. We are the breadth of this world, of every place that you live in. These fucking people who are in office. Right? They don't always understand or realize the real shit that's happening. They don't give a fuck, right? So corrupt. And Killer Mike ain't having this fucking shit. Alright, Out of Sight, featuring 2 Chainz. My friend told me this was a great song, and I was like, don't fucking play it. Don't play it. I gotta listen to it now. Here we go. What? Oh my god, Mike.
I'm cool as AC and you niggas you just wanna be. I buy a hot dog stand if I'm trying to be frank.
What the fuck? Alright, Out of Sight. It's a good song. It's a good song. We're kind of digressing into more fun songs as we go through this album. I feel like it's gonna pick up at some point too. It just has to. But yeah, I think this is a good song. Silly fucking lines in this. I mean, 2 Chainz verse 2. I'm cool as AC. I love that. I slide on tracks like home plate. It's just all these. It's just silly shit. Ride beats like road rage. Text back, I miss that pussy, be home soon and I can't wait. You know what I'm saying. Yeah, but you know what, I think it's a pretty good song. The beat works. It doesn't change up too much in the song, and honestly I'm fine with that, because when you have such killers on the mic, even when they're saying silly shit, the flow's just on fucking point. Pretty good. Next song, Holy Calamafuck. Alright. Oh. I ain't for the drones in the zoning district. So he's party, that dude, he left an unproof. Honey, these goofs disappeared. He's still the next big thing, gotta hurt. Wow. Ooh, look at that synth line. I'm kind of intrigued now because, I mean, that second beat was so hard to the point that I don't remember how the first beat in the song even sounds. But my vibe throughout the whole song is, I thought this was great. This was, again, such high energy, especially with these beats. They always go fucking hard. Can you imagine listening to this shit in a car, like, blasted all the way up? I mean, that's how I always think Run the Jewels music sounds, like, the peak quality. But, wow, yeah, I like it. It's great. Goonies versus E.T. Let's go. That's the myth, how we made it grip, never go dick. I'm out of plays in a pop rock click. Bad, running through This is an interesting chorus. Okay. Breakdown. Alright.
Televised and digitized, you've been hypnotized, Twitterized by silly guys. Tune to the evening news, make sure you ill-advised.
That's fucking cool. I don't know if I was as interested in the beat in this song. I thought it had a good like rhythm within it, but yeah, whatever. They played their bars well on it. I really liked there's one line from fucking Mike. Now I understand the woke folk be playing in a revolution that's televised and digitized. You've been hypnotized and Twitterized by silly guys. Cue to the even news. Make sure you ill-advised. So this is awesome. Basically saying like you don't realize that Twitter, as an influence, there's lots of people there who think they know what they're talking about, but they're still shitty people. And at the end of the day, I would sort of agree to a certain degree. There's definitely people on Twitter who like to speak their minds on things, but they don't really know what the fuck's going on. They don't actually understand the true reality of things. They are just spewing rhetoric. It's fair. It's fair. People do latch on to other people's understanding of things. And sometimes a lot of these people on Twitter don't really think for themselves. It is such a massive fact. But what are you going to do, right? At least Twitter is still a community where things get said more often than they do get said in other places. But yeah, it's one of those things. Next song, Walking in the Snow. Let's go. Interesting guitar here.
Cold to go, be cold to cold flow. Got a wire to him. Goddamn, that motherfucker's cold. Hey, when the wrong mode, you try to make the rules. I'm just one guy. All due respect, getting spit on is how respect is now defined.
Wow.
Funny fact about a cage, you never built for just one room. So when that cage is done with them and you still pour it, come for you.
Wow.
Christians, y'all are different. Kids in prisons, they the same shit. Even one scrap of what Jesus taught connected, you feel different. But
wow.
We back on our shit and it's cold ass.
I like that. Walking in the snow because, oh, wow. Nice.
They promise education, but really they give you tests and scores. And they predict the prison population by who's scoring the lowest. And you so numb, you watch the cops choke out a man like me.
Wow.
It took the most 2 years of Twitter rant and called it a tragedy. But before we lay down in the grave, all of us serve the same masters. All of us nothing but slaves. Never forgetting the story of Jesus, the hero was killed by the state.
Wow.
Fuck we gonna do, not smoke, get a job in a movie of those. Nah, I'ma do me, I got those.
But yeah, okay, Walking in the Snow is easily my favorite song on here. Easily. I love this song. It's fantastic. Walking in the Snow, basically just saying, like, this shit's fucking cold. What we're spitting to you right now is fucking cold, and the way that you're treated in this world, the way that the government, the way that these, like, people in higher power treat you is fucking cold. Wow, there were some great lines that Killer Mike said on here, and I have to bring it back up. I love this. The way I see it, you're probably freest from the ages of 1 to 4. Around the age of 5, you're shipped away for your body to be stored. So basically what he's saying is those are the times that you can do whatever the fuck you want. But then after that, the state takes control of you. You are now a number. They promise education, but really they give you tests and scores, and they're predicting prison population by who's scoring the lowest. And usually the lowest score is the poorest, and they look like me, and every day on the evening news, they feed you fear for free. Jesus Christ. It's fucking crazy. But I love the part at the end here where he goes, like, you sit there in the house on couch and watch it on TV, the most he gives a Twitter rant and call it a tragedy. And he's not wrong, right? He's really spitting facts here about the fact of, and it's not an attack at these people going like he is well aware that, okay, people who are speaking up against this injustice, thank you for speaking out against this injustice. But writing about how much you hate it online is not going to solve the problem. And he's right. He's right. You have to do things. You have to go out to these protests. You have to donate. You have to sign these petitions, right? You can't just say, oh, I hate this, and then leave it at that. That doesn't change anything. And he's spitting the tea there. He's spitting the tea there. I have to go back to look at something that LP said, because this shit was great. All oppression's born of lies. I don't make the rules. I'm just one guy. All due respect. If getting spit on is how respect is now defined. Hungry for truth, but you got screwed and drank the Kool-Aid. There's a line. Which is interesting. I feel like in that regard, he's kind of saying, like, okay, so you thought that you were given the truth. You went out and tried to get these answers from your government, but instead you just got fed bullshit like everyone else, and you believed it. Hard. Funny fact about a cage, they're never built for just one group. So when a cage is done with them and you're still poor, it come for you. So this is sort of saying, like, okay, there's not just one race or one identity that is oppressed in this community. They'll find one and pick on it until they run them dry, and then you're next, right? It's not just we're picking one, everyone else is safe. You're all fucked. Crazy. Love that. This is great too. This is a great line. Pseudo-Christians, y'all indifferent? Kids in prison ain't a sin? Shit. If even one scrap of what Jesus taught connected, you'd feel different. And I love that, because I think we've been all aware in human history, human society, that, you know, Christianity, or not just Christianity, but a lot of religious belief systems, the power up that they have in there, they do a lot of dumb shit. They do a lot of stuff that, you know, doesn't really feel like something that your religion would accept. For instance, I mean, this is pretty simple. Roman Catholic Church, and the fact that many of these priests have touched children. Do you think that follows, like, the Bible and shit like that? They should be doing something that shitty, right? So it makes sense in the sense what he's saying here is that things that Jesus would have, you know, stood up for, you're not doing shit about. So what are you doing? You're supposed to be following the word of your God, and you're not doing that. There's another line here that's Killer Mike says that kind of relates to religion too. Dick Gregory, who was an activist, is what I'm seeing here, told me a couple secrets before he laid down in his grave. All of us serve the same masters, all of us nothing but slaves. Never forget, in the story of Jesus, the hero was killed by the state. So he's kind of proving here, like, okay, Jesus, at one point in time in history, he was an outlier, right? The things that he was saying, the things he was spouting about peace and doing all these good things, it got him killed. And it got him killed by the government. So we have to realize that the government isn't always just going to be on our side. And wow, that's hard, right? It's just like saying this is going full circle. History hasn't changed, right? Just like how Jesus tried to, you know, stand up for injustices, we're trying to stand up for injustices, and, you know, people are still getting murdered on the streets, innocent people. Love it. Fantastic. Next song is Just, Pharrell Williams, which I don't think they've ever had a track with Pharrell Williams before, but that's pretty fucking cool. And Zack Rocha from Rage Against the Machine, who they have collaborated with before on easily their best song. But yeah, let's get into this shit.
Master academics, cause your grace and you was master this to
How hard flow. Wow.
Look at all these slave masters posing on your dollar. Get it?
Great.
Murderous choco cops still burning and living.
Wow.
Some say sell packers supposed to get food, get killed. It's not an anomaly. Hey,
There you go.
to the bottom half, you see the piece down running fast.
Oh, wow. Yeah, so that's, again, another hard song, hard energy. I don't know if I was fucking with De La Rocha's verse as much. I wasn't really picking up on how intense it could be. You know what I mean? But Killer Mike, again, spitting bars like it's nothing to him. Like, fucking A! Killer Mike, when he comes on his verse, he just says it as it fucking is, right? Am I a hypocrite because I know I did plenty of crimes? Yes, I is. I get broke too many times, I might slang sometimes. Back to trapping. You believe corporations running marijuana? How that happened? In your country getting ran by a casino owner. Crazy. Pedophiles sponsor all these fucking racist bastards, and I told you once before that you should kill your master. Now that line's probably gonna get my ass assassinated. That's crazy. You know, he's just spitting the tea about it. He's just front in your face. He doesn't need to be subtle with this, and it you know, it hits harder. And LP, he also, you know, finishes his line after he talks about, he's like, the X on the map where the pain keep hitting. Just us ducks here sitting where murderous chokehold cops still earning a living. Funny how some say money don't matter. That's rich now, isn't it? Get it? Comedy. Try to sell a pack of smokes to get food, get killed, and it's not an anomaly. So he's talking about, like, you know, cops killed Eric Garner, and he was just trying to sell cigarettes. right? Trying to sell illegal cigarettes, you know, the threat of that to society, there really isn't much of a threat there. Who does it threaten the most? Big corporations, right? Or selling, you know, got $1 billion fucking selling cigarettes. But, you know, this just goes to show, if you're going to go to this length of violence with someone and get them killed, it's not an anomaly. This isn't just like, you know, some random thing that happened. This is because of some systemic racism. Simple as that. LP is spitting the fucking facts. Great song. Love it. That's probably my second favorite song so far, for sure. Next song, Never Look Back. Here we go.
Down road, never look back, never ever went slow.
Never look back, heard him say that before. Never ended up with it. Must suckle up, crying for my mama right titty. Cause I'ma make sense, make money, money, money. Got a white built like a Playboy bunny. Fucked up, but I
Think quick, never saw class in the language. Never get cash with a beats in a
say chill. Never
Nice.
get better, then you never get bigger. Never get bigger, then you never make cheddar. Tell the truth.
Wow, very like space vibes, you know what I mean? Damn, okay. I really like this 3-track run. This song I didn't feel as intense with the lyricism, but I did kind of get this idea of not looking back in the sense of, okay, what you have to do now to live your life or perfect things is go forward. You have to go forward to change things. You can't be living in the past. Great. Love, yeah, Killer Mike won his 4th verse. Never look back, you only get bitter. All right, don't look back at your life. If you get bitter, you'll never get better. So saying, don't look at the things that you've done in your life and think, oh fuck, I was a fucking idiot, blah, 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 blah. Because you have to realize in times that that was in the past. And now, if you feel like this wasn't who you know, want to define yourself as, this is your chance to be a better person now, in the present. All right, next song is The Ground Below. Let's get into this shit.
Killer, this Tokyo and I'm Godzilla. Playing black cat versus death, gun on the car dealer. Just for the moral in my perversion. So I support the sex workers unionizing their services.
All right, you spin the tea.
Born for the ether, I just get out of cloud and reap the screaming from the world. Reap what's coming if it is to you, Sims, I'll never forgive. No saying conspiracy.
Oh, I've never heard someone use the word simp in a song before. The Ground Below. Great song. Didn't pick up on lyrics intensely here, except maybe the one for sex workers. And LP, you know, spitting about simps. So that's good shit. Beat is great. I think the beat is really the highlight of this point. The highlight of this song for sure. Just grinding down and down and down to the ground below. All right, next song, Pulling the Pin versus Joshua Home and Mavis Staples. Joshua Home. This isn't the Queens of the Stone Age guy, right? He's usually Josh, so I don't know. But here we go. Let's get into it. Ooh, this is fucking amazing, dude.
You will not travel towards the light. They're in charge of your departure. Think the universe forgot.
I've been torn apart. There's a grenade in my heart, and the pin is in their heart.
Ooh.
So with the rogue and the criminal, almost the holy hold on to their principle. Kicking the shit is a deal, they typically kill kids in a ritual.
Yeah, that song's fucking great. I really loved Mavis Staples' thing, right? Like, she has a grenade in her heart and the pin, like they have the pin. Sort of this idea that they're going to, like, the people in power, they're the ones that set everything off. There was one line too that I really liked about how if all these people in power choose, like, who goes to the light, like who's going to heaven, then they're not going to put any of you in there. Showing like this corrupt nature, right? Like nobody gives a fuck about you in power. And that's crazy. That's intense. Love it, love it, love it. The last song on the album here, just 7 minutes long. Let's get into it. A few words for the Firing Squad, Radiation.
I woke up early once again, it's 4 days straight. I didn't wake you, baby, I just watched you lay. I used to want to get the chance to show the world I'm smart. Isn't that dumb? I should have focused mostly on the heart.
Wow, that shit really just started, eh?
When my mother transitioned to another plane, I was sitting on the plane, telling her to hold on, and she tried hard, but she just couldn't hang. Been friends tell her he could be another Malcolm, he could be another Martin. She told her partner I need a husband more than the world need another martyr. Made in Atlanta.
This is for my sister Sarah, honey,
what a way to like end an album. This is such an intense song. This is easily one of my favorite Run the Jewels songs like ever. You have the first part, which is like these just emotional verses from LP and Mike, and then this huge like string like instrumentation within the middle of the song breaks into this like nice little synth line, and then it ends almost like it's the end of a TV show. It's fucking awesome. Now there's some awesome lines in here. LP, he starts off like, I used to want to get the chance to show the world that I'm smart. Isn't that dumb? I should have focused mostly on the heart, because I've seen smarter people trample life like it's an art. Wow, that's crazy, right? Like, he realized that he just needs to go with his heart, and he knows who he is, and he should have realized that by then. He doesn't have to prove himself to anyone, and that's a fantastic line. And Killer Mike spits something that, I mean, this is like a lot. This is a lot. You know, he says, like, when my mother transitioned to another plane, I was sitting on a plane. So he wasn't there when his mother died. And he then says, telling her to hold on, and she tried hard, but she just couldn't hang. Sort of saying he really wanted, to, see her in her last moments, and he couldn't. And it's fucked him up. Dead serious, it's chore not to let myself go insane. It's crippling, make you want to lean on a cup of promethazine. So makes you want to abuse drugs, get this pain away. But my queen says she needs a king, not the junky, funky rapper fiend, saying, I need you to be strong, and I don't want you to have this drug-riddled rapper image that everyone else has. And this is where it gets like really intense. Friends tell her he could be another Malcolm, he could be another Martin. She told her partner, I need a husband more than the world need another martyr. So she's basically saying here is that she knows, she's aware, or his wife is aware, of how important his voice is as an activist, but she doesn't want to see him die. She doesn't want to lose her husband because of this, and that's fucking crippling. And I love the title, A Few Words for the Firing Squad. They're spitting their truths, and they don't care if this is going to get them shot down. Final reaction of this album for the first listen is I think it's great. I think it's great. At this point, Run the Jewels is such a consistent voice in hip-hop. I have to listen to this again to see how I feel about the whole album. Mostly for single tracks, because I think every song on here is good, but there is definite standouts compared to some other tracks. So I don't know what my whole consistent opinion would be. I think right now I would have to give this an 8, maybe an 8.5 at some point. But I think it's great right now. I think it's great, and it's definitely worth a listen. Yeah, RTJ, they never fail. All right, so I've finished listening to RTJ4. This is my 5th listen. I just finished my 5th listen of this album, and final opinion is a little bit less than my initial first reaction. I'm not entirely sure why, because I don't think it's because of the quality of the music. I kept listening to it, and every time I listened to it, the same thought came back, and I was like, Run the Jewels have been doing their thing since like 2013, and their sound and their style hasn't changed really at all, to the point where I realized, okay, even though all their albums are great, consistently great, Run the Jewels 2, either because it's the first time I listened to, or because that is their peak of, okay, these are the songs where they do this style, and this is the best quality that they have. And again, one thing that I found with this album is it had the same energy, but less of the fuck you, anger. Less anger, I felt, with this album. Although I did find the aggression in some of the political lyricism, but that political lyricism that I really enjoyed may have been 4 tracks out of the 11 songs here. So there wasn't this consistent thematic thing that I was grabbing onto altogether. And for the most part, these are just my least favorite songs from Run the Jewels. But I keep wondering if that's subject to change. Yeah, I'm feeling a little like I just want more out of these guys. I know that they can make great music, and they showcase it with RTJ4. But I'm just wondering, I'll get another record from them where I'm like, oh, this is something new from them. And I don't really feel like this is anything new. And that does upset me a little bit. I'll definitely come back to this record, but I don't think I'm feeling a way to come back to this record more than I come back to any of the other records, especially Run the Jewels 2. Right now, though, I still think the final score I'd give it is a 7.5. Still a very good album, and I understand why people love it. I'm just rating this solely based on, okay, I've heard what they can do before, and I've just liked what they've done before more than what they're doing now. Still the same stuff, though. Anyways, if you guys want to see me react to anything else, please write a comment down below. And thank you for watching. Peace.